right. Good morning. Uh-oh. Paul's mic isn't working, so I'm talking. He thought he was talking. I thought I was talking. We're talking about Fisker and declines and ads and stuff.
Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you.
Oh my gosh. You know, this is the first episode. I can say most people talk about EVs. We're shooting an episode from inside an EV. I am in a Ford Mach-E right now, Kyle. Our favorite car.
You couldn't even call it a Mustang Mach-E.
Okay, so here's the breakdown. I booked a Tesla for $45. It was the cheapest car to rent, and then they put me in a Ford Mach-E, which I was happy about because I haven't driven one yet. Well, it's not the same thing. It drives really great, not as fast as the Tesla, but it's super zippy, super fun to drive. There's a lot of familiar things in it, like the dials and the knobs. Like I just feel like I'm in a car. The EV driving experience is actually really freaking great, like the instant acceleration. But I have been watching my battery indicator drop quickly, and it feels so wrong when I'm just sitting down and the car's not running and the air conditioner's on, if that makes any sense.
Yep.
But I still will never, ever, ever, like, I'm looking at the Mustang on the steering wheel right now. It's just wrong. I don't know why they did that.
Everything feels wrong about the Mustang on the steering wheel and the way this car feels. Right.
But I will say this. CarPlay connected so quickly, wirelessly, that it's amazing. I don't know what Chevy's going to do.
You got in the car and it was like, bing, ready to go? Yes, yes.
I don't know what Chevy's going to do if they don't have CarPlay.
There's no way. I cannot imagine ever owning one of those cars without CarPlay.
But I don't have to charge it, so that's another thing I'm not worrying about.
That's true.
I have 200 miles range and like
you're gonna be
60 miles of driving to do.
Perfect. Speaking of driving to do, we are going to be flying, driving, boating, training. I was talking to people yesterday. They were like, "I'm gonna train in. I'm gonna drive in."
That's right. People train into a
Soducon. We are our team is 90 days from being there. 91 days till the opening bell rings on the welcome reception at a Soducon. The conversations are just like. Just flying in all day. We had like NADA is getting wrapped up on our team. A Soducon is like full swing yesterday. We got meetings happening. We got things being built, things being made.
Speakers saying yes.
Speakers say we already have like 38 people on the speaker roster.
We're going to run out of spaces. Like that's Kyle, you set up the SOS yesterday. Well, somebody asked us like 2 months ago, like, hey, you better get some speaker announcements out or not going to have any speakers.
Right.
And we're like, oh, a Soducon doesn't work like that. It's invite only, and we're already oversubscribed. And like yesterday, we were like, we better stop asking people because everybody said yes so far. And we're going to have like 60 people speaking and like 85 people asked.
Yes, there are. And the people that are a part of it, I mean, let alone our keynote speaker, Will Gadara. We've got Mike Stanton's going to be there again, and an incredible dealer lineup. Some people that we've never had on a Sodu stages, like people we've never had in content really from a Sodu, just people that we've known and wanted to be a part of the thing. So you're going to want to check it out. We even had a dealer in our community just say, hey, look, like the conversations that are happening at a Soducon are much different than any other conference, including NADA. We got a message yesterday. So like from people that have actually been saying, hey, these conversations, these panels are dialed in and changing the way that we do business. So
we're going to talk about this more, but literally we might just change like our little value proposition statement to the most innovative ideas in automotive begin at a Soducon. Because we can track it back. I've been thinking about you're like, what do we put on the website? I think that's it. That's it.
All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it today.
Okay, the numbers are in after the industry's Super Bowl commercial showing. VW, Kia, Toyota, and BMW ads for their latest EVs drove a very notable surge in online interest, with VW's nostalgic journey capturing the most attention. Big surprise there. VW's ad celebrating the 75 years in the U.S. Top search traffic increases on cars.com, Autotrader, Kelley Blue Book. Basically tied to development of VW's journey to the American journey. 69% of all search activity in automotive after the big game went to Volkswagen. 65% of all automotive search.
That's pretty wild, because I mean, it was very nostalgic, but for me, it wasn't like
Me neither.
the most impressive commercial. I think maybe because you just don't see VW in media as much, and so for them to make a big splash, like it kind of turns heads maybe, and said, whoa, what is this that they're dropping in here? This was the kicker. The ID Buzz search increased 13x on KBB alone.
I mean, honestly, that's the only thing in the ad
right
that there was to search. Like, no one's like, oh, I've been thinking about that Jetta, right? No one's saying that. They're like, what is that thing? So let's see, both Kia and VW made it into the top 10 list for all the Super Bowl ads, which is pretty sweet. And Brian Moody, executive editor at Autotrader and Kelley Blue Book, said Volkswagen specifically woven their vehicles into the tapestry of American experience that didn't just capture sentiment, but introduced Volkswagen and the ID Buzz to a new generation of drivers. So I don't know. Christopher Walken, that was still my favorite ad. The BMW.
That was really.
I love that ad. I just love Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken's great. I was so disappointed. We haven't even talked about this, you and I. I know
exactly what you're gonna say.
They played it at the wrong time. Like, how do you miss that golden opportunity to say, no, yeah, we'll pay the extra $100,000 or whatever it is to make sure
play
it's
right before Usher goes on.
Before Usher goes on.
I know.
It's marketing.
He had a different outfit on, though.
Yeah, but again, marketing miss. Should have known what the outfit was going to be. Should have been put that in.
So in order, Kia actually had a great commercial. 15% of the elevated search traffic went to Kia. 10% went to, how does this break down? I missed
10% for Toyota. That's only because people were already shopping them at crazy amounts.
Yeah, right. It was right.
And 6% for BMW. Though. Yeah,
right. And they released, both Toyota and BMW released their commercials the week before the Super Bowl, so there was no surprise. Speaking of surprises, there we go. Time. The latest J.D. Power study reveals a declining trend in vehicle dependability. We're going the wrong way. As vehicles experience more problems in their first 3 years, the 2024 study shows an increase in problems to 190 per, what is that, per thousand?
Problems per
190 problems per thousand. With nearly 2/3 of brands showing more issues than previously. Infotainment systems are the most problematic child, with connectivity and voice recognition leading in complaints. I can relate to all those. EVs, including battery EVs and plug-in hybrids, are showing more problems than gas-powered vehicles, also more technologically advanced. That makes sense. Lexus, Toyota, and Porsche lead in dependability rankings, with Toyota winning the most model-level awards. And here's a quote from Frank Hanley, J.D. Power Senior Director of Auto Benchmarking, says, a deterioration like this in vehicle dependability overall is very unusual.
Okay, couple things here. One, we've been talking about the fact that electric vehicles are having a lower level of dependability. It's a net new technology. Y'all remember when plasma screen TVs came out? They were way too expensive and they broke all the time, right? And now they're like, now we're like, those are old hat. Like, let's get the new OLEDs. Well, they break all the time too. This is always going to be a problem when innovation happens in any industry. But like this for me reveals the need for more collaboration cross vertical. Where like I love the collaborations with like Sony and Samsung and technology partners that are used to building mass scale technology into products that are already being delivered on the market, because that's where we're seeing the most issues, right? Connectivity, voice recognition, infotainment systems, things that like other companies already have dialed in, and yet auto manufacturers are trying to kind of like squeeze their own work into it. Granted, there's a lot of work on like the actual battery usage and issues with charging or vehicles, starting and stopping. But the bigger issue is on all the tech, that manufacturers are trying to figure out for themselves. Still don't get it.
Well, you know what I don't get is this seems like a really great time to not integrate a technology that everyone's familiar with in your infotainment system.
You got feelings about old GM today, don't you? Oh boy.
It's not GM. It's just that one decision. It's just that one decision. Now, who knows? Maybe they will blow our minds and it will just work the second I sit in the GM. Well, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know. I guess speaking of problems with EVs, go with that.
Segue time.
This one's actually going to be bigger.
Serious problems because Fisker's all-electric SUV, the Ocean, now with some dealers on board, has been plagued by reports of sudden power loss, braking issues, and other technical problems since its launch, challenging the company's quality assurance and customer service capabilities. The Fisker Ocean owners have reported over 100 incidents of just sudden power loss, like nothing.
That's not infotainment.
That's not infotainment. Issues extending to braking problems. That's not a big deal. Glitchy key fobs and even hoods flying open.
Yo, that's old school. That's like Chevy Chase nonsense.
The TSA, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, is investigating the braking issues, which Fisker claims to have fixed through none other than software updates. The real kicker here is back when Heinrich Fisker had his emotional speech about how over 2.5 years they had planned all this stuff. The very first one gets delivered to a C-suite's wife. She gets 2 miles down the road and the thing has power loss, right?
Gosh.
Now they say that they've fixed that, but there's been multiple other instances of this. This is one, if you're a new OEM, you are seeing all-time high scrutiny, but also this will challenge their ability to be good with the dealer network that they have, because the dealers are always going to look out for the consumer.
Well, I think this is one of the best reasons they should be tied in with the dealer network. Obviously, the dealer is going to be the one holding the bag with the consumer, right? Because now it's the dealer that takes on the "you sold me this car," right?
Yes.
And it's breaking when it's distanced, right? It's like Fisker sold me this car. But I mean, there's no better way to fix problems like this than being partnered with the dealer network that can troubleshoot, that can fix things. Talk about if you're going to have quality issues, which is understandable. You're building new technology and a brand new thing. So it's not throwing stones at the fact that there are quality issues. But man, history is going to be the smartest decision they ever made was to get involved with the dealer network, because
great dealers
that boy's going to solve some problems, man.
Super close to customers. They are ready to care. They're ready to take
some problems.
Just solving some problems. Well, we hope you're solving some problems today. Doing some of those things, caring for customers, doing things that are right for the customer, for the employee, because this whole thing is so much more than cars.